TeamFourStar podcast, bringing you inside the minds of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I'm Kaiser Neko.
I'm Lenny Pator.
And I'm Takahata 101.
Now, we decided to put this little podcast together to keep all of you guys informed. We know you have a lot of questions that we can't usually touch on in the forums or in the chat.
And a lot of the times the FAQ just doesn't do anything.
We could say the answers over and over again, but sometimes you just need to hear them from the words of the creators.
And we noticed on our forums that quite a few people were actually asking for a podcast. We also get like YouTube messages and things like that. So here you go.
Yep, I've got all the equipment on my computer, so I said, hey, let's just sit down and put out some
material.
That would be a change, wouldn't it?
Apparently.
We plan on making this bi-weekly to keep everyone informed. I did it right, Lenny?
Yeah, bi-weekly.
And so, basically, we're just going to tell you guys news about what's going on with the episodes, cons we're going to be at, and just basic little tidbits of information that people should know.
Yeah, speaking of the episodes, Kaiser, the footage is getting close to its destination, correct?
Urgent post-recording update. Kaiser Neko has received his footage and is busy editing Season 2. Please support Funimation's new release of the Dragon Box. Season 2 of the Dragon Box will be available in stores on February 16th.
But yeah, that's, you can expect the next episode coming out here.
Within this week, possibly. If not within this week, definitely by next. When I get that footage in, I'm going to be editing non-stop. It's going to be like the Bardock special all over again, although this isn't going to be nearly as long or as much trouble.
Yeah, because we do have a few, scripts just pumped out, so,
Oh yeah, we haven't been just sitting on our thumbs, we swear, people.
We've been sitting on our loins, our creative loins.
Where ideas spring forth with great fury.
all over the faces of our vast... Okay, I'm going too far with that one. Anyway, yeah, it should be coming out here, hopefully by the end of January.
We're going to be going to some cons here in the future, though.
Yeah, we just got signed to go to, Anime Evolution. I believe I just signed my contract. If you check out their website right now, they've got our profiles up there.
Not mine, and I feel bad because it's my local con.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd stop being such a lazy ass.
But,
That's what I get for being Canadian. All that free health care.
By the way, the Anime Evolution, that's in the University of British Columbia, up in Vancouver.
So any of our Vancouver fans who want to, meet us, just, totally register for that event. And
don't worry, we won't hold anything against you because you're Canadian. We love you still.
yes, you're just, living in America's hat.
It's going to be running August 13th through the 15th.
Yeah, speaking of conventions, Youmacon, guys, the first time we ever actually got to, meet face-to-face.
That was a magical occasion.
That was tubular. I should use that word to describe it.
Yeah, I believe I was the first one to arrive there. Like, my flight took off at about 7 a.m. in the morning. I got there at about 9 a.m., like, at the hotel. I mean, they were still setting up for the convention there. I got there, I got my little guest badge, and I checked into my hotel. I'm like, you know what? Nobody's going to be here for at least 3 hours. And it was at that point I realized I got here a little early. So I just laid down, took a nap, and waited from there. I believe the first one I met up with was Masako outside. And Masako's a very tall guy. I never even realized that before. But then, like, the first time I saw him, it's like, wow.
He is a Leviathan.
Yes, he is taller than all of us, which goes to say much. None of us are short, said Megami.
Yeah, Megami is.
Megami is adorable.
Megami was the second person you met, right?
Yeah, her, Masako and I saw her walking down the road from the bus stop, and we went and helped her with her luggage. We got her up to her hotel room, and then we waited on Kaiser, I believe. Yeah, you were the next one to arrive.
Tell him about your route, Kaiser, because this is kind of funny.
Yeah, basically, my flight was... I had to go to Houston first before I went up to Michigan, and it was a little bit... I went in this L shape that was a little less than savory, yeah. Especially 3-hour-long layovers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I got there, it was so fantastic to see these guys. It felt very unreal at first. But, not a lot of people probably knew this was the first time we were meeting each other. Hell, even the convention didn't know.
Yeah. And Megami, Masako, and I were just waiting out there, and Kaiser got out of the car. First thing I did, I believe, I just ran up and gave him a huge hug.
Oh, yeah. I was assaulted by Lanny, and it was all good.
Mm-hmm.
You had Lanny all over you.
Yeah, later that night, you came in there, Taka. How was your trip?
I was the last one, and I come from Canada. I'm not kidding. I'm now going to lay out how I got to there. I took a bus. I took a boat. I took a train. I took a plane. I took a train. I took another plane. Then I drove in a car with Brad Swell to the con. Cool times. And as we were pulling up to the convention center, I gave him a call like 2 minutes in advance to meet me outside. And I actually asked him to drive slow. And I tell Brad Swell, I've never met them before in person. I've been working with them for 2 years. He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. So I told them to go slow, so they drive really slow with the sedan. And I literally kicked the door open and charged right into everyone's arms.
Yeah, we were just all waiting out there, like having a huge group hug, and then Taka, in like the flamboyant fashion that he has, just sort of jumped out of his car and jumped into our group hug pile.
It was a momentous occasion.
It was magical.
I teared up a little.
And then later that night, I believe we were all hanging out in, I think it was your and Moscow's room. We had all ordered room service, just like having our dinner. And we knew that LK was on the way, and then we get a knock on the door. I go open the door, and they're standing there. LK was just, his mouth was just agape. Just he was in wonder, and then he saw all of us, shook all of our hands, and that was the first time any of us met little Karibo, along with White Ash and their friend Alpha.
Who were both lovely, lovely ladies.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
They're both
Alas,
girls.
I missed LK on Thursday night. I was a bit bummed out. I got there. Oh, LK's asleep. God damn it. I'll see you in the morning. I savored that hug. Second night, we went to the green room, which is the guest area, which is awesome.
Oh,
I'm now
God, that was
addicted to
fantastic.
those. It's a place where Brad Swale is drinking a beer while everyone else is playing rock band. And I go in there, and I meet Crows, and Crows is the shit. I'm just not supposed to say that.
No, you're allowed to say that. Crows is the man.
Crows is the bomb. Crows is awesome. Crows is great. But yes, there was LK sitting at the table. I'm like, hey, LK. He's like, Taka? And I literally grabbed him and picked him up in a bear hug. And I'm like, fuck. And he's like, ah.
Not that that's hard.
No, I mean, none of you guys are all that hard to pick up. I mean, especially Moscow. I think he was the most like, what's going on about it?
Oh,
But
well, yeah, for you.
I'm sorry. I work out daily.
Yeah, Lanny, why don't you go do another 100 push-ups?
I will after this podcast.
I just spilled tea on me. Damn it.
We had a couple of panels. Oh, should we tell them about our big panel?
Oh yeah. Well,
Which big
there
panel?
there was one little miscalculation on their part. They happened to give us a incredibly tiny room for a 2-hour panel. And, like Little Karibo's panel, which was right before ours, like it was in I believe their largest room, correct?
Which had 500 seats that they pull an extra
filled
100
up completely, people sitting in the aisles, and then we get out of it, we're like, okay, we gotta go set up for our panel. We get into this little tiny room, it's like, okay, they could barely fit 80 people in there, and almost everybody that was in the LK panel just wanted to walk out there and go into ours. Nothing doing.
Yeah. Okay, the funny thing is, I think one of the staffers said, okay, hope you guys are ready. Why? Because the lineup's going right through the hotel room. The lineup was actually from the room to the entrance. Yeah. And we were trying to figure out how to get this to work, and I'm going to flat out LK, Angry Joe, Linkara, Nostalgia Critic.
Doug,
all of them helped out so much by working the crowd because we had to quickly organize how we were going to do it, so we had to do 2 1-hour panels.
Yeah, those guys were fantastic. They really handled, not only the staffers, but the people incredibly well, and tried to work on our behalf to get us the bigger room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And Taka, you and Doug and LK all went out and just kind of talked to the crowd, talked to the end line people, right?
Oh yeah, that was actually it was really interesting. Just the entire con experience, as a guest, was I don't know how to describe it. Really, was I'm thinking of the word euphoric, but I don't know what that means. But it seems appropriate.
Surreal.
Surreal. There we go. Surreal. What the fuck does euphoric mean? Anyways, it's just weird. I walked around the corner, and there's only about 20 people. They all knew who the hell I was, and I'm just like, okay, this is weird.
I know. Just walking through the halls and having people going, oh my god, it's TeamFourStar. Oh my god, you're talking. Oh my god, you're Lanny Vitor. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah, I know. It's really when people are asking you to sign bags and body parts. It gets to the point where you're wondering.
You keep asking yourself, when did this happen?
It's simple. What we did right is we stole the idea off someone who made a parody about children's card games, and that got us a trip to Detroit.
Yep,
excellent. It's